What is going on, guys? KrysticMusic here. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. We're glad to have you. Today we're going to be making a beat completely from scratch using only the tools available in Ableton. So there's no extra plugins, no extra downloads that you need to have. Everything that's in Ableton, so you should be able to follow along pretty easy. I don't know what the finished product is going to look like, so I'll just throw that in right here. So we're gonna make an EDM house type track. I feel like that's pretty simple for like your first couple songs. So I went ahead and went through these drum kits, right? And just got a couple, just made our little metronome here. Basically that's just for me. You can use the metronome that comes with Ableton. I just like having some sort of kick and snare already in there so I can work with. You can just go to the drums, go to any drum rack. So I do like the open hi-hat for this. So this would be this one. I actually like these sounds a lot. So I like this open hi-hat. So I have my drum rack here that I've just been making here. So I like this hi-hat. And you can put any effects on these little squares. So if I wanted to put an EQ8 on here, you can just go to this little square and it'll only apply to this one. So if I go to the conga, it's not on there. But if I go to the hi-hat, it's on here. It's just up to you. But I'm just making my own little drum rack here. So if I wanted to put it, I'd hold it over here and then boom, now that hi-hat is in our drum rack right here. So basically that's just what I like to do. So I'm kind of choosing what I like in between each of these. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So we have our kick and snare kind of clap pattern. I like to have the volumes right at about 11, -11, -12. So -12 just to start out with, so I know how it's going to sound all together kind of thing from the start, you know. And then I kind of EQ as I go. Sometimes I forget, you know what I mean, but you want to try to EQ as you go, as you add more sounds. But we're not going to be EQing that crazy in this video just for the sake of time. Like I said, we're going to be doing maybe like a EDM style track. So let's just make some chords here. So let's just make a melody here. All these came from instruments. I'm sorry, all these came from sounds. So we'll go ahead and pick some together, but I just picked random. So let's go ahead and see if we got anything. I just want something short for now. Let's see if anything jumps out to me. I kind of like this, so we'll go ahead and put this one there. I don't know what we're gonna use. B minor maybe. Okay, now we just kind of see what we like, what we don't like, you know what I'm saying? What I like to do is go to this key, press this record button and press R on the keyboard, and then you just press key again so that you can record it easier. I don't know if I like that, but I want to, oops. Let's try it again. So let's just go ahead and quantize this. I don't like this. Let's see if we can't make it a little bit. Okay, we can make it a little deeper here. B. Okay, so that sounds good enough. Let me switch these actually, hold on. I think I like that better. Okay, I like that a little better, so now we're just going to go ahead. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sidechain this kind of pad to the sub bass. So let's go ahead and go to audio effects. And then we're going to go to compressor, where the compressor at. Compressor, and then we go press this little arrow, external, and we go to techno kit because that's where it is. So it sounds like this kind of with it. Without it, it sounds basic. Like, so let's go ahead and make it. No, I don't want, where's the attack? I want the attack to be a little higher. So it's, imagine like a hill, right? If the attack is low, like it's like hitting it straight there. If there's more attack, there's more room. So it's like a kind of a rise. So if you take it, you kind of hear it's like immediately there. But if you raise the attack, it gradually goes up. Let's try to do a bass. Again, this is if we have to make our own, we'll make our own, because you can make your own kind of sounds in the we'll do that one. So I'm gonna take the chords, but I'm just gonna take the root note. Let's make this one another color. But I'm gonna take the root note, so the bottom note basically, and we'll take it down. We'll copy this compressor. The attack, I'm gonna make the attack a little bit higher because we have our bass. Okay, that sounds good enough. We can go ahead and put EQ on that just because it is the bass, so that's pretty simple. We're not gonna go too crazy right now for the sake of time, but let's put it right here. So in reality, this is pretty much it. Once you get here, you can add, subtract. You have your chords. And if you don't know chords, you can like look up music theory, or you can just pick a song that you like and just Google it. Like it'll tell you the key and it'll tell you the BPM. If Google usually has that like first time, or there's different sites that you can use. If I remember, I'll link them. But pretty much the difficult part, right? Coming up with something out of nothing. So once you have this, you can literally play with it as much as you want. This is how I like to start, with kind of the middle of the track, not the drop necessarily, and not the intro. So I know the intro is going to be something pad based, and then, you know, maybe here the drums will come in, you know what I mean, like in this one. So that's kind of how you want to, I guess, structure it. So it'll kind of sound like this. So how I kind of like to structure my kind of sounds is like, we got the intro right here. We go intro here, right? We'll add the drums on right here. So let's go to add locator, drums. So just so y'all can see it, we'll either add the melody right here or something to change how it sounds. So we'll put melody change right here. Can I, anyways, you get the picture. So we got our intro, right? It's going to be soft. We're going to make it we're going to make it blue so we know it's our intro. So it'll be kind of our softer. To rename is Control R. So I'm just going to put soft pad. So it'll be our soft pad for the intro. Melody change. So we'll add this in. And then our drums come in here. And you can do this however you want, right? But this is just if you have no idea what to do and you want like some direction. So this will be on the 13, will variation of the drop. So maybe we'll add in some notes that are in the main drop. And then right here, we'll go ahead and do, maybe we'll go plucks or something. I don't know. Depending where you want, if you have vocals or whatever, so you can put the build up there, the drop here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but just like depending on how long your song is, if there's vocals, something like that. Basically, this would be kind of the intro of the song. This would be kind of like the drums getting added in. You can kind of like see where things are. If you wanted a longer build up, say you had some vocals and you wanted to chop, you can move your drop over here. Like it really just, nowadays songs are getting closer and closer with the drops. So it just depends what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep these on there. They're kind of annoying me, but just so y'all can see it, y'all can go ahead and do it that way. We're going to make kind of like a lead now, a lead synth. So we're going to find that in our sounds here. We'll go in our sounds. Actually, I kind of like this pad for the one we were talking about, the soft one. So let's see how that sounds since we're here, right? Because it's kind of has like maybe an arpeggiator. We don't want it too loud or too high, I mean. And we don't want it too loud either. So let's go 16, see what that is. Down a little bit too. So with this one, we'll go ahead and do a little trick with the auto filter. Put this to where we want it. So we'll have it about there. Press this little arrow key or whatever you want to call it. And you want to click on the frequency knob. And you want to press this plus so you can get this red line down here. Basically, we're just turning the frequency. Like on a DJ controller, turning the frequency. That's basically all you're doing. So it's a slow, gradual increase since it's a intro, right? We'll do the same thing with this, why not? Turn this down a little bit. Regarding the instruments, I kind of want to hit everything to like the 16 to 18 range kind of. And then we're going to make our melody here. So let's go ahead and add another MIDI track. And let's go ahead and find our little, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were finding our instrument. I don't know why I kind of like this. So I'm going to, I don't really... And you could feel free to just mess with these knobs. Control Z is kind of like backspace, you know what I mean? All right, so maybe we'll start out with this. So we'll start out with that. Let's see if we can build off of that, right? So now it's just up to you on what you kind of want to make it. So let's see what it sounds like. So I kind of like that. So let's go ahead and move that up. Okay, I kind of like that. So this is what it looks like kind of in the MIDI. So actually I'm going to put this on the drop section, right? And then we're going to keep the one without these little plucks. So it sounds like this. So that way there's that melody change that I was kind of talking about. So that's where the drums come in. So this will be the build up just for the sake of the build up. All right, there we go. And it's a little loud, so get the volumes right. So let's go ahead and try to -5. Just for that, just for the sake of the drop. Let's move the drop right there. Nice. All right, now let's go. So since we're doing the kind of, since we're going the MIDI route with the drums, volume, let's go a little bit down. Which one was that? I totally forgot. So we'll actually remove this and keep it here. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on. Let me put this auto filter. This is why it's going down. So let's boom, boom, boom. Make sure everything's good. Okay. So this is where I start looking, what's the drop gonna sound like, right? So if I do go this route with this little plucky melody, I don't want it to be the exact same as this pluck 5 right here. I want it to be a little bit punchier. My mind is kind of like in trap mode right now, but I gotta get it in like dance mode. So like audio effects, and let's go ahead, let's throw some OTT on there. And let's just see what it sounds like. So basically multi-band dynamics is what it kind of sounds like. Think of it as like a low, middle, high. You're just kind of boosting and lowering what you want coming through, what certain frequencies you want coming through the most. So for example, if I turn these all down, and let me turn this down for y'all so y'all don't, right? And then if we go low, it'll kind of sound the opposite, right? It'll be low, which you probably can't hear. You can start hearing the frequencies once we pull it up. So you kind of get where I'm coming from here. I love OTT. Like honestly, ooh, okay. So let's go ahead and focus on this melody right here. We're just going, I'm gonna stick with this pluck for now, and we're just gonna see if we can do anything to it. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of bring these back. This is too high for me. Hold on. So what is it? So let's go ahead and let's put a EQ8 on here. So this, I just want these notes here. So just the 3. Just those 3. So we'll kind of put that right there. And EQ8 it, right? Now we kind of want, I still want to find our kind of bass. So I might have some. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so this is kind of like EDM house kind of style, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hold up. I kind of like that, to be honest. Okay, let's go. So what I kind of do is kind of map it out how it's going to sound by section, and then it's easier to kind of add and subtract things, you know what I mean? So I want this open hi-hat. Where was that at? Kind of want this one right here. So let's go ahead and put the K down. And let's put some reverb on it. And we'll lower the velocity. Let's try putting the bass there just so we can hear it. So that's one way we could go, right? The house route, that kind of feel. Dun, 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 dun. So that's kind of sounds like that one song, right? And we can still get this airy feel with this kind of thing. We just push it down more. So basically we have all of the parts that we need for like a full track, right? So we're gonna like break it down. Let me kind of put it together, I guess. So putting it together, what we have so far. So we do have, this is like the intro, right? So let's just put it up here. And this is all just up to you. This is all just up to you and your personal preference. But basically we figured out kind of where we want to go with this, and basically that's kind of what the idea is when it comes to music production, right? Get different instruments, different sounds. Of course we can put some more hi-hat, cymbals, pan it ear to ear. There's a whole bunch of things, but just for like a beginner standpoint, beginner tutorial, this is kind of perfect. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue this, kind of build off of it, and maybe even make it a full track. This is kind of what it's gonna look like if you make a beat, especially in just Ableton itself. I like it. It's like very chill too. Let me see how it sounds. Let me put an autofill on this. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. This after all. I don't know if I like these plucks after all. But anyways, I think we're due for time on this one. But let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know. Okay, so this is what we got done in part one. All right, so this is what we got in part one. All right, so this is what we got done in part one, and I'll go ahead and put this in the intro too, so y'all can hear it that way. So, all right, so this is what we got done in part. Okay, so let me know if you want. So let me know if you want me to make this a series. It's just something, and But anyways, like I said, if you want me to make a series on this or not, let me know in the comments below. If you want me to keep working on specific songs, so maybe we can work on it. So this is what the intro kind of sounds like so far. We'll add the little sounds here and there maybe next time, but this is what we got so far. All right, y'all, so that's basically it. Like I said, very beginner friendly. Let me know in the comments if you want me to finish this. I will not work on it unless I'm on camera, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I hope y'all have a great day. If you learned something new, let me know. If you have any tips, tricks, or whatever, let me know in the comments as well. You know, we did the volumes, but not really that much mixing with EQing and stuff. We did do a little bit here and there. But anyways, I'm yapping at this point. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, keep making music. Keep listening to music. My name is KrysticMusic, and I'm out. Peace.